Welcome back to Studio Crumb. Today we're going to be making Vanilla Bean Brioche Conchas. Look at that soft, buttery bread. It is the best pair for your coffee. All of the ingredients shown here will be in the description. Of course, we're going to get started with mixing all of our dry ingredients together, from our flour, our sugar, our salt, and our yeast. Give it a nice little whisk so it's all fully incorporated. Now let's pan over to the aesthetic egg crack. Now let's add all of our wet ingredients to the same bowl. It should all be room temperature. You don't want anything too cold or too hot. And then you're gonna whisk it all together. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you wanna try to get rid of most of those clumps. To the mixing bowl, add your dry mixture along with our wet mixture. Attach your hook attachment, and we're gonna start to mix it until it all comes together. Now we're going to start adding in our butter. You're supposed to do one piece at a time. I'm slightly impatient and unhinged, so I did handfuls. Now we're just going to mix until we pull for our first window pane test. It is not ready at all. For me, the dough was a little bit too tacky, so I added a little bit of flour and just mixed it a little bit more until it came together. As you can see, it started pulling away from the sides, and that's exactly what you want to see. After mixing, we're going in for our second window pane test. Perfect. Now we're moving to a well-greased bowl. After placing our little dough ball here, we're gonna cover her up with a little bit of plastic wrap or just anything you have. And we're gonna let her rest here for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now while she's resting, let's start getting all our toppings mixed together for the shell. Once you have everything in the same bowl, we're gonna start mashing everything together. After a while, you can get in there with your hands. This is the consistency that we're looking for. Now we're gonna start cutting and shaping our dough balls for our crispy shell topping. These don't have to be perfect. You can always go back in and adjust if some are bigger than the others, or you can just leave them because, like I was saying before, they don't have to be perfect. So just get your little dough balls all rolled out, move them to the side, and pull out your tortilla press or rolling pin. These are my little parchment paper squares I'm going to use for the pressing of the shells. So you just place one down, place a ball, place one on top, and you press it. Repeat that process until you have a stack like this, and then you're going to put it in the fridge to chill. Now it's time to wake up our sleeping princess. There she is. She's grown so much. So now we're going to deflate and just fold it over a few times onto herself until we move it over to our little cutting area. Now we're just going to do some rough shaping before we get into the cutting. Again, when you're cutting, these don't have to be perfect, but they do ideally need to be close to the same size, because as long as the dough balls are the same size, close to the same weight, when you bake them, they'll all come out about the same. So now we'll start shaping out the dough balls. I tend to pinch the bottoms together, and then I do this little dragging motion with the balls. It kind of helps with closing up that seam without putting a big knot in the bottom. I did transfer our little cuties over to the tray they're going to be proofing and then baking on. Now we're going to add an egg wash mixture to the top. This is not traditional, but it is my preference. I just like the shell to stick, and I don't want it falling off when I'm trying to eat it, and this helps with that. Now we're gonna pull the shell toppings out of the fridge and just place them on there. I like to shape it on there just a little bit. There's gonna be a little bit of overhang, but don't worry about that. The proofing will help. Now we're getting into my favorite part, which is scoring them. I like to do the classic pattern, but you can do whatever you'd like because they're yours. Just make sure not to cut too deep because you don't want to get the dough. It's just for the shell topping. I didn't record me covering them, but you're going to cover them up and then uncover them, and you'll see that they doubled in size. You want them to be nice and fluffy like these. As you can see, the dough grew perfectly into its topping, so that's great. Now we're going to get these in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350, and they'll go in on that middle rack. And 18 minutes later, we will pull them out of the oven when they're nice and golden brown. Wow, they look beautiful. So then you'll let them sit here on this hot tray for 8 to 10 minutes, and then you'll transfer them over to a wire rack. there they are, those beautiful Vanilla Bean Brioche Conchas. They will be a family favorite, I promise. So let me serve you one, maybe two, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.